Look for The Shot is the Pandemic, the Swine Flu, and the CBC at youtube.com/weavingspider and other channels.
Well, when I was looking for the clip on the CBC website, I was looking and looking and looking everywhere, and I noticed on their site, it's all get the shot, get the shot, get the shot. So that seems to me, and when you consider some of the streeters that they did, we followed them around, we filmed them, it turns out that almost everyone that they asked said, I don't want to get it. So, you know, when you consider that the CBC is totally pushing get the shot, now it makes sense to me why it got bumped from the National.
Absolutely. You'd have to wonder if they would want some coverage that was that inconsistent with their mandate. They are an arm of the government, and the government is pushing the shot. So if they thought that this could threaten those efforts to immunize all of us against the swine flu pandemic as they see it, then they might say that it was irresponsible to run this, especially if they didn't look into what we were saying. And the idea that Canadians should hear from both David Butler-Jones from Health Canada and Dr. Shiv Chopra, Health Canada whistleblower, who talks about what really goes on there. You know, if they don't look into that, then they could just say on the surface it's irresponsible to get more Canadians question the shot than already do. We need to find some solutions to this. One of the solutions we found is, of course, handing out flyers, little bits of information, don't get shot, the shot is the pandemic. There are many experts out there being paid to lie to us. There's a scientific dictatorship being constructed. We've got to see all facets of that to counteract it. So number one, see if your voice means anything. I wrote these little flyers up, thousands and thousands have gone out, and I get a little bit of validation for that. My self-worth is actually in pretty good shape. Other people have made flyers, they also feel it. Anybody doing something, as you can see by the 15 or so Toronto Truth Seekers here at this street action, feels better just because they're doing something. We know stuff has to be done. People who are coming up to our table are showing us nothing but love, so all that improves your validation.
You know what, no one's testing anymore because nobody cares about the numbers. But boy, he had all the symptoms and it's early, and I think it's just starting to
really
tick
they don't
around
care
here.
Whether it's seasonal flu or swine flu?
I mean, at this point, it's just the flu. We know it's around the world. We know it's really hit about 37 states, but it's been seen all over the country. So if your child gets sick, your pediatrician is no longer going to swab. You just treat it as the flu.
When you don't do your homework and you only show one side of the news, that shows that you're hiding something. You know, we're actually giving proof right here, one moment, how the swine flu is man-made. That's why the government is forcing vaccinations on us. So, and the problem with vaccination is that it actually has the virus inside it, along with other chemicals.
And we are expecting huge crowds, which is why they are delivering the rollouts in large facilities. You know, there are, 30-some million Canadians, and the largest campaign ever to deliver vaccine. We will see some lineups.
During riots, you know, hey, there's the medicine, we want it now. They're going to overwhelm the local PDs.
It's a what-if worst-case scenario. What if local police were not enough to quell crowds of people so panicked to get a flu shot they turn violent? Well, that is when they'd call in the National Guard.
We're treating every situation as it's actually happening. We try to train as we fight, we say in the military.
I want you guys to be loud and boisterous. All right, cause some confusion.
This drill's designed to look and feel as realistic as possible, right down to the actual pepper spray and live tasers.
She attempted to take some syringes off the table. After asking her for identification, she continued to appear very nervous, so a check of her person was made, and a vial of the H1N1 vaccination was found in her purse.
Chief Ferguson says Wilson told him the reason she tried to steal was because she had been sick and was too old to get the shot that day.
Dr. Butler-Jones, I think you said you won't be vaccinated till Monday. Why so late? Aren't you high risk with asthma and also a health professional?
Yes.
Why not till
and
Monday?
Have immune deficiency. I'm a resident of Winnipeg. I pay my taxes in Manitoba. I have my medical card from Manitoba, and at the moment I've been really busy.
Could the clues to an ancient puzzle actually be hidden in famous works of art and architecture? Well, our next story takes us to Winnipeg, where scholar Frank Albo has been finding spiritual messages in a secular building, that building being the Manitoba Legislature.
Winnipeg scholar and art historian Frank Albo discovered that the building's architect, Frank Worthington Simon, was a student of alchemy, Freemasonry, and Hermeticism, the wisdom traditions of the West.
I think that the vaccine is the pandemic. Bottom line.